Hi, I'm Iridium. Hope you're doing all right today. It's album review time. We've got the band Radioactive, or the project Radioactive, XXX. Now, this is coming out on the 11th of March on Frontiers, so thank you very much again, Frontiers, for sending me this early. This project has been going for 30 years. You know what, the first time I heard about this project was when I reacted to one of their songs, which I'll get to in a minute. But this is a great project. It's got Tommy Denanda on the guitar, bass and keys. He's the driving force behind this album. He wrote every song along with Ollie Romo on the drums, who does some drumming on this. There's also another drummer that appears on this called Neil Anami. So I hope I'm pronouncing all those names right. I'm terrible, I know. But this is a great album. It's got a lot of variety. There's some sort of almost rock and roll, like heavy rock and roll songs. There's some AOR, ballad. You know, it's got a bit of everything on this album. I think everyone's going to love this. What you do get on this album is multi-vocalists. So it's not every song. There's about 4 or 5 vocalists, I think, appear on this album. And I'll tell you what I love about this, and I'm not always a huge fan of albums with loads of vocalists, but it's not often you get the strength of vocalists on one album that you get here. They are all brilliant in their own right, and there's some really great names on here as well that, you know, just perform brilliantly. So the variety comes from the vocalists, and it comes from the songs as well. There's a lot of variety in the songs, not too much. It's always in the rock or heavy rock vein. Don't get worried, there's not any rap or anything like that. It's definitely, you know, in that melodic rock, sometimes AOR category that we all love, obviously. So let me run through my favourite tracks, and there's quite a few of them to talk about. The first one is the first single, the first time I heard of this band, Radioactive, Monkey on Our Backs. Come on into this human game. So Jerome Mazza of a band called Pinnacle Point sings on this one. He has a brilliant vocal. Now this has a sort of AC/DC inspired riff, kicks this song off. This is a great rocking track, sort of kick the album off. Perfect sort of track to kick the album off. Sort of get some as well, especially with some of the guitar work, some sort of Van Halen with Sammy Hagar feels for me. That sort of era of Van Halen. Very cool indeed. The next song I want to talk about is The Deed Is Done. Robin McAuley sings on this. Love Robin McAuley. Another AC/DC type inspired track, even more so than the first track. The real AC/DC groove is on here. The rock and roll vibe really suits Robin McAuley's voice, because he's got that sort of roughness at times with his voice, which is great. A great decision to use Robin McAuley on this song. You know, this is pure party music, guys. The next track I want to talk about is Remember the Ghosts. This has got Robbie LeBlanc on here. Man, what a singer. Obviously just done the Find Me review, and he is just an outstanding singer. So another exceptional vocal performance here. Some great sort of picky guitar work through this song. A very catchy chorus is the highlight of this song for me. This is real sing-along stuff. A brilliant song, Remember the Ghosts. The next track I want to talk about is Written in the Scars. This has a guy called Christian Ingebrigtsen. I think that's how he pronounced his name. He's in a pop band called A1. I haven't heard of them. I don't listen to pop much. But I'll tell you what, this is a great ballad. The vocalist is a great choice here in this ballad because of the way the song is. He's got a really smooth vocal over this sort of White Snake Is This Love type ballad. It's such a nice listen, this song. I love this song. Some real lush keyboard textures just glide through this great ballad. The next song I want to talk about is If Today Was Your Last Day Alive. We have Jerome Mazza back on vocals. Pure AOR track, this one. Lush background vocals, great melodic guitar work throughout, and some great synth touches to really give you that AOR feel. The next song I want to talk about is Move It. This has Robin McAuley on again. This is the new single actually, and this as Mutt Lange actually co-wrote this song. And wow, what a song it is. It's a real anthemic song. Again, Macaulay is on top form here. It's a great Def Leppard-esque inspired track, classic Def Leppard. And of course, Mutt Lange might have a lot to do with the sound of this track. Robbie Macaulay at times, I mean, you don't really think about it, but he's got that sort of great sort of Joe Elliott type tone sometimes as well, especially, you know, when Joe Elliott used to sing, when he had that sort of powerful voice. It's just perfect for this fun track. Next track I want to talk about is I Have a Dream. Right, so Mutt Lange and Eric Gromwell from Heat actually co-wrote this one. Jerome Mazza is back on the vocals, an almost 80s synth pop opening. And then we sort of get those synthy touches continued throughout the track in places, but this is a rock track overall. One of the best choruses on the album right here on this song. It's just slight modern touch in it as well, and it just shows the great versatility that I was talking about in the songwriting across this album. The next one I want to talk about is the last track I want to talk about is California Ways. This is the last song on the album. It's got a guy called Cliff Magnus. He's an American singer-songwriter. What a brilliant voice. What a track. It's almost a rock track with a really cool, sleazy feel running through it. Vocals are just perfect here, giving that 80s Sunset Strip feel to it. Another brilliant, catchy, fun party track. So this is a blinding album, guys. You're going to love this. Radioactive, XXX. There's some great vocalists across this album. There's some great songwriting, you know, multiple songwriters as well. Mainly we get Tommy Denanda doing most of the writing, but you know, there's some other people involved. Like, I think that's what gives it so much variety. You're going to love this. AOR, melodic rock, sometimes quite heavy. Great album, guys. Really recommend this one. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.